Hello, it's David Allen and you are watching Sporting Icons.
Now, when it comes to Cubans in the professional game, a lot of them, in fact most of them, don't live up to the hype. They have a very good amateur background. Of course, a lot of Cubans, they do focus on the amateurs and not the professionals. There's something going on within their country that, are they restricted or are they banned from having professional boxing? I'm not exactly clued up on the rules. I'm sure a lot of you guys will be. But we've seen it even more recently with the likes of Rigondeaux, for example. Rigondeaux, very, very good fighter, of course, but when you put him in there with the upper echelon, say Vasyl Lomachenko, they choke. That seems to be what's happening. Now, I'm not having a go at Cuban people, not at all. With Luis Ortiz, again, you put him in with a tough opponent, he chokes. Okay, so there seems to be like a lot of hype, a lot of talk, and not much action. And it seems to be there's something within Cuban DNA. If you ask somebody with any kind of ancestry or whatever to do with Cuba, how old you are, they tend to take away 10 years from what they really are. And apparently that's what it is. I don't know why it is, but I'm sure there's probably a reason behind it. But Frank Sanchez, he's another one, currently a prospect. Apparently he's 27 years old. Yeah, me too. Right, but anyway, he's calling out the top guys. He wants to get in the ring with some of the champions, and he favours himself. Now, his manager or slash promoter, some guy called Marguelles, who's the president of Warriors Boxing, has said that Frank Sanchez, he wants the opportunity to be fighting these guys. Now, hopefully, he's not going to be one of these Luis Ortiz types where they talk a lot but don't do a lot. That's what I kind of hope. Anyway, this is what Marguelles had to say. He wants the big fights and he feels like he's ready to fight the big fights. He's anxiously waiting for the opportunity. He fought on the last show against Joey Dueco, who has been a pretty tough stalking horse for a lot of people, and he dominated him. Now he wants to step up and he's calling out the champions. He's got Cuban amateur pedigree, very talented fighter. I think he can go pretty far because I don't know a lot of heavyweights that possess his speed and athleticism. He's not the most explosive puncher in the division, but he'll hurt you in a volume sense. Remember, he started as a cruiserweight, so he's not a huge heavyweight. He's tall, he's about 6'4", but he's more in the 220-pound range. We'd love a WBO eliminator against a Junior Farr or a Michael Hunter if we get the opportunity. So there you go, this statement. Now, I haven't seen too much of Frank Sanchez. I know there's a little bit of hype, because obviously he's on the PBC kind of shores, and he's trained by the same trainer as Canelo, I believe, and of course now Andy Ruiz Jr. So he's going to have plenty of opportunities to be sparring Andy Ruiz Jr., if I heard that correctly. But I think with Frank Sanchez, him being 27 years old, listen, I don't really care if he's 27 years old or 37 years old. He looks like he's 37 years old. I'm just being honest about it. But again, Cubans, right? Now, him fighting and taking out the likes of Joey Dueco, that's one thing. Go in there with a Joshua or a Fury or a Dillian White or an Andy Ruiz or a Joseph Parker. That's totally different. That's a totally different ballgame when these guys are actually turning up to win. Joey Dueco, he's a journeyman slash gatekeeper. Don't get me wrong, he's pretty good. And Frank Sanchez, that is a very good victory for him at this stage. But for him calling out the top guys, that's just all hype. It's just Cuban hype. That's how I see it. With the likes of Luis Ortiz did that for virtually his entire career, and he eventually talked his way into a world title shot with Deontay Wilder, and look what happened both times. I'm not saying Luis Ortiz is no good, but he's never proven it. And hopefully that ain't going to be the same with Frank Sanchez. Hey, here's an idea. Why don't you go fight Luis Ortiz? Well, why not? Let Luis Ortiz pass the torch, okay? Or, better still, another PBC fighter, undefeated prospect, F.A. Jagba. Why don't we get F.A. Jagba against Frank Sanchez? That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see Frank Sanchez take on those kind of opponents. Let's see where he's at. And if he passes the acid test with those kind of guys, sure, why not? Why not? Let's see him in there with a Joshua or a White or a Fury or a Parker or whatever it may be. Now, I wouldn't totally write him off against any of these guys because he's a heavyweight. All heavyweights are going to have that punch. That could end the fight at any moment. So you're always going to give him and any other heavyweight a puncher's chance. And he's not one to be overlooked. But right now, I wouldn't favour him even closely. In fact, I'd be quite comfortable putting my car on the line if he was to fight a Joshua, a Fury, or a White, that he wouldn't win that fight. But anyway, you never know. It's heavyweight. But him being a smaller heavyweight in the 220-pound kind of region, I don't know. I mean, just look at, say, Tyson Fury when he fought Wilder. Now he's tall, so he's like 3 inches taller than Frank Sanchez. But if they're weighing about the same kind of weight, then Tyson Fury, the big guys, when they grab hold of you in the clinch and they're leaning on you, they're just going to sap your energy. So that's going to be his problem going forward. He's going to have to be fast. He's going to have to be explosive and very, very good on his feet. So I hope he's got a good engine on him. That's what I hope he's got, if he's going to be mixing it with these top guys. But we'll have to wait and see what happens going forward. Will he get the opportunity? If he keeps on going the way he's going, sure. If he's going to back up the talk, well, let's see it. Let's see it. But I'm happy that he's doing what a lot of fighters should be doing. Whether you're ready for these top guys or not, mention their name. Because you know you ain't going to fight them anytime soon. So why not? Build your profile. That's how I see it. Anyway, drop your thoughts below about him. Click thumbs up. Subscribe. Catch you all in the next video.